bright in its color. لَوْنُهَا تَسُرُّ النَّاظِرِينَ, pleasing to the beholders. Whosoever sees, he is pleased to see it. Very shining yellow color. قَالُوا ادْعُ لَنَا رَبَّكَ يُبَيِّنْ لَنَا مَا هِيَ. Again they said, call your Rabb, call your Allah. He should explain to us, make it clear for us. What is that cow that he wants in sacrifice? إِنَّ الْبَقَرَ تَشَابَهَ عَلَيْنَا. These cows, they are all alike to us. Or we have become confused about the cow. Which type of cow or which cow Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to sacrifice. وَإِنَّا إِنشَاءَ اللَّهُ لَمُهْتَدُونَ. And we shall be, inshallah, we shall be guided and we shall be on guidance. When the things become clear, we don't want to shirk it, we shall do it. But please make everything more clear. قَالَ إِنَّهُ يَقُولُ إِنَّهَا بَقَرَةٌ لَا ذَلُولٌ تُثِيرُ الْأَرْضَ. He said, Moses said, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, it is a cow that is not trained to till the soil. لَا ذَلُولٌ تُثِيرُ الْأَرْضَ. Tilling and cultivating the soil. وَلَا تَسْقِي الْحَرَثَ. Nor it waters the lands, the fields, from the wells, fetching water. مُسَلَّمَةٌ. It should be of one color throughout. لَا شِيَةَ فِيهَا. There should be no dot of any other color. قَالُوا الْآنَ جِئْتَ بِالْحَقِّ. Now there was no other option, no other question more to ask. And then they had to say, الْآنَ جِئْتَ بِالْحَقِّ. Now you have made everything clear and you have told us the true thing. وَمَا كَادُوا يَفْعَلُونَ. They were not ready to do it. But they did it. After all, they had to do it. وَإِذْ قَتَلْتُمْ نَفْسًا فَادَّارَأْتُمْ فِيهَا. And when you killed a person from amongst you, فَادَّارَأْتُمْ فِيهَا, and then they started dispute over blaming each other as to who killed him. وَاللَّهُ مُخْرِجٌ مَا كُنْتُمْ تَكْتُمُونَ. And Allah was to clear out and bring about what you were concealing, what you were hiding. قُلْ نَضْرِبُوهُ بِبَعْضِهَا. We said, strike this dead body of this person with some part of the body of that cow which was sacrificed. كَذَلِكَ يُحْيِي اللَّهُ الْمَوْتَى. Now what happened? When they touched that dead body of the person who was slain, who was killed, who was murdered, with some part of the body of the cow that was sacrificed, he became alive, and he told the name of the killer, the murderer who had murdered him, and then he again died. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed them this sign. كَذَلِكَ يُحْيِي اللَّهُ الْمَوْتَى. In the same way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring to life all the people who are dead. People who are dead, they will be brought to life. Just as this person who was murdered, who was killed, who was dead before your eyes, and he became alive, and he told the name of the murderer, and the killer, and then he again was dead. وَيُرِيكُمْ آيَاتِهِ. And he shows you his signs. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَعْقِلُونَ. So that you understand and you ponder upon them. ثُمَّ قَسَتْ قُلُوبُكُمْ مِنْ بَعْدِ ذَلِكَ. Then after all this, your hearts hardened. Hardening of the hearts. فَهِيَ كَالْحِجَارَةِ. And now they are like stones. أَوْ أَشَدُّ قَسْوَةً. Or harder, more hard than stones even. ثُمَّ قَسَتْ قُلُوبُكُمْ. This is very important ayah. We must focus our attention. If this thing happened to Bani Israel, this can happen to us, and it has happened to us. The same hardening of the hearts, the same hypocrisy, the same wishful thinking, all those things which cropped up in the former Bani Ummah, they cropped up in the present Muslim Ummah also. ثُمَّ قَسَتْ قُلُوبُكُمْ مِنْ بَعْدِ ذَلِكَ. And then after this, after all this, your hearts hardened. فَهِيَ كَالْحِجَارَةِ أَوْ أَشَدُّ قَسْوَةً. Now they are like stones in hardness, or more than them. وَإِنَّ مِنَ الْحِجَارَةِ لَمَا يَتَفَجَّرُ مِنْهُ الْأَنْهَارُ. Because there are rocks, there are stones, from between which the springs gush out. There are springs gushing out of the stones. وَإِنَّ مِنْهَا لَمَا يَشَّقَّقُ. And among these stones and rocks are those which split. فَيَخْرُجُ مِنْهُ الْمَاءُ. And water comes out of it. وَإِنَّ مِنْهَا لَمَا يَهْبِطُ مِنْ خَشْيَةِ اللَّهِ. And among the stones and rocks are those who fall due to the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَا اللَّهُ بِغَافِلٍ عَمَّا تَعْمَلُونَ. And Allah is not ignorant of what you are doing. Your deeds, your actions, they are all in the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أَفَتَطْمَعُونَ يُؤْمِنُوا لَكُمْ. Now, as a brief pause, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing apparently the Muslims. But here again, actually, the people who are being discussed are the Jews. But this ayah is addressing Muslims. أَفَتَطْمَعُونَ يُؤْمِنُوا لَكُمْ. O Muslims, do you hope or wish that these people should believe in you, should believe in Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? Do you hope? You have any expectations? You wish it? You covet it? أَفَتَطْمَعُونَ يُؤْمِنُوا لَكُمْ وَقَدْ كَانَ فَرِيقٌ مِّنْهُمْ. When some people among them have been so much courageous against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَقَدْ كَانَ فَرِيقٌ مِّنْهُمْ يَسْمَعُونَ كَلَامَ اللَّهِ, that they were hearing the kalam of Allah. ثُمَّ يُحَرِّفُونَهُ, and then they have been changing it, corrupting it, مِنْ بَعْدِ مَا عَقَلُوهُ, after having understood it, not by mistake, but by willful wrongdoing. They have been changing the words of Allah, the kalam of Allah. So people who dare changing the kalam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how do you hope that they will come to the right path and they will believe in you and in Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? أَفَتَطْمَعُونَ أَن يُؤْمِنُوا لَكُمْ وَقَدْ كَانَ فَرِيقٌ مِّنْهُمْ يَسْمَعُونَ كَلَامَ اللَّهِ ثُمَّ يُحَرِّفُونَهُ مِنْ بَعْدِ مَا عَقَلُوهُ وَهُمْ يَعْلَمُونَ. And they were doing all these things knowingly, with intention. وَإِذَا لَقُوا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا قَالُوا آمَنَّا. And when they meet the people of faith, the Mu'mins, they say, we are also Mu'min. I have discussed it in the section number 2 of this very surah. وَإِذَا لَقُوا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا قَالُوا آمَنَّا. And here you see, they are definitely the Jews about which these words are appearing here. There I told you that both the Jews as well as the Munafiqun, they were there in the background of the second section of the surah. Here they are definitely the Jews. وَإِذَا لَقُوا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا قَالُوا آمَنَّا وَإِذَا خَلَا بَعْضُهُمْ إِلَىٰ بَعْضٍ. And when they are privately meeting with each other, two Jews, قَالُوا وَتُحَدِّثُونَهُمْ, they say to each other, are you telling them, that is the Muslims, بِمَا فَتَحَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْكُمْ, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has disclosed on you, those things which have appeared in Torah,